We wish Sharon the best and thank her for telling her story. Now let's hear from an MDTV Select expert in your area.
A bariatrician is a licensed medical physician who has subspecialized in weight loss medicine. If often people hear the word bariatrics, they automatically assume surgery, but that's because bariatric surgeons do the weight loss surgery. A bariatrician's job is not only to tell people about their different problems related to obesity, but how we can help them in a non-surgical way. One of the things that I deal with is talking to people about their body shape. For example, gynecoidal, androidal body shape, how stress is related to it, what type of behaviors they can do to help them lose weight, what type of metabolic or biochemical processes are interfering with their weight loss efforts. So let's talk about body shape. People always talk about their problem areas, either their abdomen, their buttocks, their thighs, different things like that. What they don't realize is there's a big significant difference between those different areas. For example, a gynecoidal shape, also known as pear-shaped, is usually when people are struggling in their thighs and in their buttocks with their weight loss. The good and the bad of the gynecoidal shape, the good news is if you got to choose a place, medically speaking, it's a little bit healthier to have it there. It's not interfering with your heart as much. The bad news is it's more stubborn, so people have to understand that if they're struggling with that area, it's probably going to be the last place that it comes off, and they got to be a little patient with it, but it will come off eventually. The androidal shaped, also known as the apple shaped, is where people are suffering from the problem area being in their belly. Now, the good and the bad of the androidal shape, the good news is it's a little bit easier to come off, so we can work with that and get people a little bit flatter belly a little bit earlier. The bad news about it is the longer that there's extra fat tissue in this belly area, the more of a problem it could be on the heart, the more risk you have for heart disease, for diabetes, for things like that. So it's very, very important to get that off. Another thing that we talk to folks about is stress with obesity. Now this is nothing new. We've known for over a decade that stress, and chronic stress especially, does increase obesity. If somebody says, where does it happen? Well, I just talked about the androidal or the apple shape. It usually comes on in the belly area. And remember me medically saying that that is more of the problematic area because it can lead to not only obesity, heart disease, diabetes, but also a decreased immune system as well too. And there's newer science that has been out there that there's lots of different neuropeptides out there that can cause the stress to basically unlock cells, release the fat, make them grow bigger. One of them is called neuropeptide Y. So if you are getting chronically stressed out, that neuropeptide Y is coming in there, it's making those fat cells bigger, you're going to be growing in this area. They also did a study where basically they had mice that were eating healthy foods and unhealthy foods. They had a group that was unstressed mice and the stressed mice. And of course they knew the ones that had the higher calorie foods gained more weight. But they found that even if they ate the same exact diet, the mice that were stressed out grew to be almost twice the size as the other ones. And they believe it's because of all of those pathways that go on related in the body to the obesity itself. Now we're working on different methods in science to help block some of those pathways, but we don't have them yet. So the point is, what can you do? Relieve stress. Easier said than done, I realize. But think about it, if you're trying to lose weight, one of the best ways to be losing weight is by exercise. Do a little yoga, stretch out, even go for a walk in the evening. It's great ways to not only relieve the stress, but to help get some of that fat off of the belly to help prevent it in the first place. You're going to get better weight loss results, and overall you're going to be healthier in the long run because you're going to decrease your risk for heart disease, diabetes, and all the other chronic diseases that are associated with obesity itself.